Hi everyone, and welcome to this discussion titled Dreaming Social Justice, Openness, and Deaf Learner Access in Adult and Post-Secondary Education. My name is Sammy Jo Johnson. This is my sign name, and I'm a CODA, a child of deaf adults. I'm presenting today with 4 deaf co-researchers and co-presenters. We'll start with some introductions. Hi, I am Shadae Muschett, and this is my sign name. Hi everyone, my name is Shadene Wilks, and this is my sign name. Hi everybody, I'm Venessa Amaral. This is my sign name. Hello, I'm Andrea Zackary, and this is my sign name. The 5 of us are part of a new, recently formed, community-based research team based in Toronto. We started working together about a year ago, and at that time we were working on a research project with the Sign Language Institute Canada. We were focused on adult education and specifically researching some of the barriers adult learners face, and Shadae will explain more. Deaf adult learners face structural barriers accessing college and university. At the same time, they face structural barriers accessing work and opportunities at work because education is required. These two things work against each other. We were researching these barriers to further education and employment so that we could dismantle them. That research project is done, but we've still been coming together and working as a collective, and we decided why not join the Open Education Conference. We are new to open education, but at the same time, we value education that is open, that is accessible, and that is based in community and open to community. We're very excited to be presenting here today. We hope this discussion can open new conversations and new ideas around where it is we are opening, where we need to open, what we're opening, what does open look like, and what openings do we need. I want to talk about open education because it's important we get rid of barriers to education and value deaf communities. We have to dismantle barriers and open education and welcome deaf and hearing learners. We need to be inclusive and supportive in our teaching so learners feel belonging and connected. And we have to keep fighting against these barriers toward a better future. So today I want to talk about open education. And it's important that we know about language deprivation as a huge issue impacting deaf and hard of hearing people. And it has huge impacts on education. Medical lens focuses on deaf loss, but we're not using that lens. And what we want and what we're talking about is access to language, culture, and education. And the most important is access to signed language. You know that most deaf babies are born to hearing parents who don't know sign language. It's very important to expose deaf babies to sign language early so that they grow up without barriers to language and education and with sign language. Not providing access to sign language diminishes access to education and education opportunities. For example, colleges and universities often require a high school diploma in grade 12 English for admission. This means that colleges and universities are not open but closed to many people, and education opportunities continue to be denied. These admissions policies do not recognize sign language. Also, colleges and universities do not provide options and open opportunities for students who use sign language. We can see post-secondary is still closed in many ways, and that's why we want to offer up 3 ideas or 3 suggestions as part of this conference and discussion. The first is that we have to open information about deaf and disability access and work with students to make things more accessible. The second is that we need to open to deaf educators so deaf teachers can get in and open to community collaboration. The third is that we need to open with careful attention, but we don't want to just slightly open. We want to open like we mean it. We need to open up information about deaf and disability access because it's really hard to get this information. If I'm interested in registering in a college or university course or program, I have to apply first, but I need to know about accommodations and what accommodations are available, such as interpreters, time extensions, and so many other ones. I need to know this first, and I should have access to this information before I apply. If I have this information first, then I know I'm good to go ahead and apply. But if I have to apply first, I might be stuck paying for something that's not accessible. If I have to pay to sign up or apply and there's no adequate accommodations, I get shortchanged. Problems getting this information is not unique to post-secondary, but the same thing happens in online courses too. For online courses, it can be hard to figure out who to contact. Contact info is usually not clear or easy to find. It's not clear who the contact person is, and the wrong person might get emailed. Or I'm directed to call and talk to someone, which is not appropriate at all. If this information is open, I'll be much more interested in a course and excited to sign up. If there's no information about access, I'm stuck. I don't know if it will be accessible or what accommodations will be provided. Whereas if that information is open, it's more welcoming and friendly and I can go ahead. If it's not deaf friendly, it's not clear how I'll get into the course. There's a miscommunication or even a disconnect. Also, teachers have to sit down and listen to their students express their feedback and needs so that teachers can learn from their students. For example, teachers might learn that English is not their students' first language, and then teachers can challenge their ideas of hearing dominance and advocate for their students. Dismantle barriers, provide practice with skills and foundations that students need so all students have the opportunity to learn and improve their futures. It's important we dismantle structural barriers so all students can take part and we don't assume that some students can't. A message I would like to share is please hire deaf teachers, hire deaf writers, and hire deaf artists. You name it. Whatever it is you need, we have the skills and the expertise to do it, just like hearing people. Hire us and let us train you how to work with deaf communities. With that training, we're going to see our deaf learners thrive. We've been focusing on negatives or problems, but what do deaf students and teachers bring? A visual language that uses our hands. Deaf people rely on vision, not hearing. Unlike written English, sign language is 3D. It's lively, decorative, intriguing. It's more like art, for example, and can pull us in. We have to open with careful attention because there's a risk that we open one course or program and we're no longer paying attention to all the other ones and the schools and the institutions that are still closed and the gatekeeping mechanisms that keep learners out. Post-secondary education gatekeeps deaf learners. This means there is a ceiling placed over learners at a grade 12 level, and learners have options only at these levels, and there's no opportunity for advancement to higher levels of study. As one example, if we open a course that's non-credit and focused on job training, that's not good enough. We have to open all levels and all kinds of education, from business to veterinary school to sciences and drama and all the rest. We need your support, not just for minimal change or a little here or there, but to have the same opportunities, all of them. I notice we get a little and that's it, but we need to have the full range of learning opportunities. What's important is that we are patient because when we are trying to dismantle barriers facing deaf and disabled students, we have to keep the support going so we have equitable learning opportunities for all of us. We are all human.